Ladies and gentlemen, this is a story about a great film. I didn't know it was great at the time, but I learned to appreciate it very suddenly. Let me explain. We have to go back to my tender youth. My family, we lived in San Francisco, used to travel to Reno, Nevada at Harold's Club, world famous Harold's Club, the biggest casino, and they would go there for their gaming action. But what to do with me, who was underage? Well, we went to the Harold's Club projection room. It was a place, sort of like a school auditorium, that ran movies and sort of babysitted the children. But when the film came on, it was a black and white film. I said, not one of those. But then as they rolled the credits, I saw this huge gong that also made this sort of wavering look. And I said, well, this seems interesting. And it was that film, a high-adventure film with a lot of comedy in it, sort of a Three Musketeers, if you will, who were doing their bid for Her Majesty the Queen.
Now in India's sunny clime, where I used to spend my time, a servant of Her Majesty the Queen, of all them black-faced crew, the finest man I knew was our regimental bistie.
This is a superb film by the great director George Stevens. It was a big production. Today's cancel culture calls the poem and film racist, but that's the moral of the story. The soldiers consider themselves superior to the lowly water boy, but he's the hero. And playing the head of the evil cult, great character actor Eduardo Cianelli. He's played all sorts of roles, but this one he's magnificent in.
Hannibal was mad, Caesar was mad, and Napoleon surely was the maddest of the lot. Ever since time began, they've called mad all the great soldiers in this world. Mad? We shall see what wisdom lies within my madness. But this is but the spring freshet that precedes the flood. From here we roll on, from village to town, from town to mighty city, ever mounting, ever widening, until at last my wave engulfs all India.
Copycat director Steven Spielberg, I'm sure he borrowed many of the things in this film and applied it to Indy. And as they say in the biz, a rip-roaring yarn with three tremendous stars, Cary Grant, Victor McLaughlin, and Douglas Fairbanks Jr.
His name will be written on the rolls of our honored dead. And let me see that last part again, will you, Mr. Kipling?
Present. Ho!
So I'll meet him later on, at the place where he has gone, where it's always double drill and no canteen. He'll be squatting on the coals, giving drink to poor damned souls. And I'll get a swig in hell from Gunga Din. Yes, Din, you Lazarusian leather, Gunga Din. Though I belted you and flayed you, the living God that made you. You're a better man than I am, Gunga Din.
Recommend highly. From 1939, the magic year for Hollywood. A lot of golden films from that period. Get yourself a good copy of Gunga Din. And thanks, Mom and Dad. That babysitting film session taught me not to judge a book by its cover and a full appreciation of those classic black and white films. This is Mike Stewart.